How do you make changes in your life? Quit this, start that, do less of the other. Does it always work? Do you always use the same approach or strategy? In this video, I'm going to discuss what I've learnt about this, age 59, 60 next month. I'll cover big things like learning new skills and small things like not having sugar in my coffee. Essentially, there's lots of ways of making change happen. Like quit drinking alcohol, in my example, exercise less but stay fit, restart my YouTube channel, and I'll go through some other things soon. Find a way that works for you. It could be incremental, it could be all at once. You might need to calibrate what you're doing. You might need to read things. You might need to ask people. You might just need to keep changing what you're doing. Find a way that works for you and realize some things you can't seem to change, and some things you can change might change back. So I'm going to discuss how I make changes in my life with some anecdotal examples. Even evidence-based examples don't always work, in my opinion. So I'm just going to share anecdotal examples right now. And we're going to start with, how did I stop being shy? How did I stop being shy? I was very, very shy when I was in my, under 10 and in my teens, painfully shy. How did I stop being shy? Well, actions. Tried to talk to people wherever I could. Every time I went from one school to another, I tried to be a bit more sociable, a bit more chatty, even though it was difficult. And when I got to be a teenager, I'd go to nightclubs and discos and I'd ask women for a dance, even though I hadn't made eye contact with them or anything like that. I'd just say, do you want to dance? 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 And they'd always say no most of the time, and it was a rather brutal experience. But I just forced myself out of my comfort zone. And I'm a lot less shy, a lot than I used to be. And there's probably better ways of learning how not to be shy, and life teaches you how not to be shy if you let it, with the experiences that come your way. Doing a YouTube channel is a good way of being less shy. But actions out of your comfort zone, and I'm going to say that was a success. And that happened in my teens and my 20s. In my 30s, I learnt HTML, hypertext markup language. It's the language that websites are created, or they used to be created in, HTML. So how did I become a web designer in my 30s? And this one's simple. I got a book, Learn HTML in 7 days. And I went through that book and I built a website at the same time. So learn and do. Learn and do. That worked. That worked. Learning and doing. Not just learning and learning more and learning more. Learning and doing. That worked. Be more confident. 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, probably even 60s. I read a lot of books, done a lot of training, did some public speaking, do my YouTube videos, have lots of experiences. I think life brings you opportunities to be more confident. And it comes from action first, and then reflection and action. You can build yourself up confidence-wise, and you internally tell yourself that you're confident, but it's really an action-based experience. Confidence comes from action, in my opinion, but I'm not a great teacher on confidence. I'm still a student here. So read books, public speaking, life. I'm going to give that a provisional tick. No sugar in coffee. I had sugar in coffee all the time. 2 sugars in coffee, 2 sugars. And I thought, maybe I should cut down, not have sugar in coffee. I don't want to have sugar in coffee. What did I do? I did an incremental approach. I went from 2 sugars to 1 sugar. And then I went from 1 sugar to half a sugar, and then I went from half a sugar to no sugar. That worked. And somehow putting sugar in tea, which is what I used to do, I stopped doing that at the same time. So an incremental approach worked for me. I tried the same approach to drink no coffee or fewer coffee. I have 2 coffees a day and I went to 1 coffee. I wanted to go to 1 coffee. So I went from 2 coffees to 1 coffee. And I did it for a while, and I had 1 coffee, 1 tea, and then I realized that tea had caffeine. So then I went to caffeine-free tea, and I just wanted 2 coffees. So that didn't work. That incremental approach didn't work. And I drink 2 coffees a day. And that's fine. I don't drink 3, I don't drink 5, I don't drink in the afternoon, I don't drink in the evening. If I had my 2 coffees, I don't have more coffees. Sometimes I get a bit itchy if I haven't had 2 coffees, but generally I'm good. I can have 2 coffees. So I've kind of accepted that that can't change right now. Maybe it will change in the future, but right now I'm a 2 coffees a day person. No biscuits. I used to scoff biscuits all the time. Rich tea, ginger snap, fig rolls, chocolate digestives, plain digestives, etc. And I don't know why I cut cut biscuits out. I don't know why I did that, because now I know that they're ultra processed food. They've got loads of junk in them. Awful. But I think I just used to eat them all the time. Packet biscuits, all gone. So I just stopped buying them. So that was that. Don't go to the supermarket, don't buy them. Don't have them, don't eat them. So it was a simple abstinence. That helped. So I kind of changed the environment because I didn't have biscuits in my kitchen. That worked. One more example. Let's see. One more example. Not having dairy. I was advised to quit dairy for a few months by an alternative health therapist. I'm not sure it was good advice, but I followed it. And I just swapped dairy for non-dairy. And it was easy. I wanted to get a similar flavour, so cashew milk was probably my favourite at the time. And then I've gone from soya milk to almond milk to oat milk. Yeah, that was easy. And I don't really drink milk anymore. So that, just changing, boom, it worked. Not everything I've tried to change has worked. And I kind of accept, nowadays I try something, I read a book, or I listen to somebody, or I watch a YouTube video, and I try it, and it might work, it might take, as I call it, and it might not. And then I might need to find another way of doing it, or I might think that's not going to change for me right now. I've lost weight by reducing ultra-processed food and having fewer desserts. That just seemed to work, and it wasn't a hardship for me to do that. I don't exercise as much as I should, but I don't like exercise. And so I'm 59 and think I don't particularly want to do things I don't like. So I walk every day. I run 2 or 3 times a week. I used to do body pump, but I don't do that anymore. So I made a habit of it. So there's another tip: make something a habit. Make something a habit. So the way I kind of see it is, try. Keep trying. Keep trying. give it a go, try one way, try another way, keep trying, but it might not be for you. You might not be able to change this. And then you have to accept that. You have to accept that. Not everything, I don't think we can change everything about ourselves. I have a personality. I'm still introverted. I'm still shy. It's harder to see, but I am. And talking to a camera is easy. You're watching this, but I'm talking to a camera. So no shyness necessary, if you see what I mean. No, shyness doesn't need to be dealt with. Not everything can change. Lots of improvement has happened over here, sometimes from reading books, sometimes just life lessons, relationships, friendships, feeling bad, not getting tired of feeling bad, thinking, how can I stop feeling bad? And sometimes you don't feel bad just by lowering expectations of yourself or of other people. And it's just life, listening to life, learning from life, listening to your feelings. But not everything can change, and sometimes I'm going to still feel bad. So that's how it looks like to me. Try. Understand what's going on. You can change some things, you can't change others. That's how I see it. How about you? How have you managed to change things in your life? Whether you're young or you're my age or you're even older. How have you managed to change things, and what haven't you managed to change? And I quit drinking alcohol without any willpower, without actually trying to quit drinking alcohol. And if you're interested in that, I've recorded a video about that here. One thing I forgot to say is, throughout the process of making changes in your life, be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself.